Okay, if these rumors are true, I'm actually going to be pretty excited. So, more than recently, Apple has been actually making budget devices recently. For first up was the Mac Mini, which I actually bought and did a whole entire unboxing of. Their next step was the iPhone 16e. It was the next budget champ. Well, sort of. It didn't really receive well to people, but it was still a budget champ and it was a very well-selling phone. Third, there was the MacBook Air with M4, which actually knocked down the price from $1099 to $1,000. I mean, $100 difference, but dude, come on, man, it's a price change. And yeah, basically, Apple has been trying to be a champ in the actual cheap market. But more than recently, we've been hearing some serious rumors about a new MacBook that is rumored to be cheap. Now, I don't know if this is confirmed, but we just saw it leak in macOS 26 Tahoe's code. And I am personally shocked. And yeah, basically this MacBook is rumored to include a 13-inch display, include 4 colors, blue, yellow, silver, and pink, and is featured to actually not include an M4 nor even an M5, but actually an A18 Pro, similar to what's inside the iPhone 16 Pro. Basically, they're making an iPhone 16 Pro run macOS, and yeah, personally, I think it's pretty insane that Apple is considering doing this because, see here, the MacBook has been more expensive than the Mac desktops. I can tell because, see here, the cheapest MacBook Air compared to the Mac Mini, Mac Mini is going to be obviously a better deal, can I speak. And yeah, because, see here, the reason why the MacBook is more expensive than Mac Mini or something like a Mac Mini is because it has a display, a mouse, a trackpad, a keyboard, and a battery. Basically, these parts total into a MacBook. The Mac Mini requires none of those things, which is why it's so cheap. And which is why I bought one. And yeah, personally, if I would buy a MacBook Air M4 if it was cheap as the M4 Mac Mini. But with those considerations, I would really understand. And considering that the M4 MacBook Air base model has an 8-core GPU, but yeah. But other than that, really, I think that the MacBook, this MacBook is going to be an insane deal. I don't know how much it's going to cost. Possibly $799, maybe even $699. I don't know. I hope it's like the price of an M4 Mac Mini, because that would actually be killer for me. But I do expect it to be a bit more expensive. And yeah, also, it is actually the comeback of the MacBook, because, like, not like the MacBook in general, like the MacBook. You get what I mean? Because the last generation of MacBook was horrible. It had a butterfly keyboard, it had only one USB-C port, it was a disaster in general with CPU failures, GPU failures, SSD failures, RAM failures, everything failure. And yeah, many people just didn't really like the MacBook, the base model MacBook in general because of those things in 2015, 16, and 17. And due to this, Apple was encouraged to like discontinue the model in 2018 or 2019 or whatever. But yeah, basically what I'm trying to get back here is that with Apple Silicon, Apple is changing the game by introducing a MacBook again. I have high hopes that it'll succeed this time because, well, simply put, Apple Silicon is nuts. But as I said, it's going to be including an A18 Pro chip, meaning that it's going to be a bit less powerful than the M4. And yeah, but for any people who just want a MacBook for like basic tasks, maybe, they're fine really with the MacBook. And it's very cool to see that Apple isn't even going to include a 12-inch display. They're going to be including a 13-inch display, just like the MacBook Air. So let's go talk about the price a bit. I did talk about the price before in this video, but I like to talk about it again. The price for this MacBook, I would say, is going to be between the Mac Mini and the MacBook Air. See here, the Mac Mini costs $599, or I think, yeah, $599, and the MacBook Air costs $1,000. So the median of 600 and 1,000 is, let's see, 700, 900, $800. So I expect the price to be around $800 or so. So yeah, as I said, I'm absolutely pumped up to see what this MacBook is all about. Hopefully includes 16 gigs of RAM, obviously, but I mean, it's obviously going to include 16 gigs of RAM, or else it's not going to be a good buy. But yeah, I mean, maybe it'll finally with a 6-core CPU and 6-core GPU. But yeah, so let's see what you guys think. I can't hear you what you guys think, but yeah, if you like this MacBook and you like the idea of this MacBook, like the video, subscribe, and yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.